And we're back to talk about the brewery news.
Well, hi, looks like Mark is coming back with his beer, so if you want to give him the mic.
No, he's talked long enough. We can go ahead and talk about brewery news.
So, Morgan, you get to do all the brewery news with me then?
So, new locations.
Oh, my goodness. We're just going to hit the ground running with this.
Sonder Tap House in Westchester. And then we go to High Grain in the old Brentwood Bowl in Finneytown. Third Eye with 2 new tap rooms, north and east locations. And then 50 West, the giant Deerfield location.
That is not on Route 50.
Okay, Marco, go ahead.
Oh, my God.
All right, so
Jeez.
Sonder Tap, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you, Morgan. We appreciate you.
I'll be at the bar. Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
We'll join you here in a few.
Yeah, at the bar. Maybe you'll see Michael D. Morgan or someone. I don't know.
All right, so what we wanted to do is run down some of the big brewery news that's happening in the Cincinnati area. Most of this is not new news. It's been several weeks already announced, already out there. We've been meaning to talk about it. We let time get away from us, as I'm sure you guys know. So we're just going to kind of run down the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of top news-ish things happening. Just maybe give some of our opinions on some of it. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just run down the list and just let you know what is happening if you're not up to date on all the social medias and blogs and YouTube videos and other podcasts and all that good stuff. Sound good?
Yep.
Cool. Morgan already kind of talked about some of it, but Marco, did you want to start?
No. So Morgan talked about some of the new locations. Mm-hmm. Sonder Tap House, Westchester. There are 2 different podcasts that are almost identical that discuss that.
But definitely listen to both of them, Sonder Stories and Cincy Brewcast, because you get different information with both of those.
Yeah, and to tie back to our main episode, one thing that I would say is that when we talked about, throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, or maybe things that some of the breweries do to try and change things up to try and bring in more guests or to whatever. One thing that Sonder decided that they were going to do is they're going to go ahead and be in control of their own kitchen.
Yes.
And they made sure to say many, many times that has nothing to do with their relationship with Brew River. Mm-hmm. But they just felt like they were at a place where they can go ahead and own that part of the business themselves. Yeah. And I think that's a wise decision.
Agreed.
I think that when they opened, the trend at the time was to be. It was very trendy to say, well, we're in the brewing business. We're not in the restaurant business.
Which is, I think, is still fair.
And I don't say that to not be fair to them.
No.
But I think more and more after that wave of breweries, the trend became either we're going to not have food or we are going to have food, but we're going to own our own food.
Makes sense.
So, and then High Grain, Brentwood Bowl in Finneytown.
Yeah.
Where's that, downtown?
Practically downtown. And some of the rumors, statements, thoughts are that all production is being moved out of their... That's not really Kenwood. Is that Silverton? Silverton. Out of the Silverton space over to the Brentwood space, but I've also heard that they're keeping some at both locations. So I don't know. We'll just kind of see. We'll see what happens when the new location opens up over in Finneytown. But I think that'll be really exciting. Looking forward to that.
Third Eye, 2 tap rooms, north and east locations. So north is in Gnomes area over there up in
Hamilton. Yep. And they really haven't said anything about their third location, other than it'll probably be east, which is why we're saying east. So our truth, if nothing else.
They just say east.
Yep. And then we have 50 West, who is opening up a megaplex, what it seems like.
Yeah.
Up in Deerfield, which is not going to be on Route 50, which may or may not piss some people off. But hey.
They can get over it.
It is what it is. Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be an absolutely incredible, phenomenal space. But again, if north and not anywhere close to me. So it's my problem. No one else's, but
because we all live
downtown,
not on the west side.
I'm sorry, but
all of us.
Downtown needs some love too.
All of us live not on the west side. All of the rest of us. Listerman under new ownership, so Dan and Sue retired. Mm-hmm. The
new owners. Say homebrew. I can't find a lot of information on them.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Sounds like they were homebrewers that have been in the process of trying to make a brewery happen, and then Listerman happened. Yeah. I believe that, but there has to be more to the story.
It probably is. And I'm sure that hopefully Gnome will get to the bottom of it at some point, talk to them. And if we do sound a little skeptical about this one, it's just because there's like no information out there.
Yeah.
It's Dan and Sue posted, hey, we're retiring. This homebrew couple's taking over the business. For the foreseeable future, nothing's going to change. It's just going to be kind of a gradual, let's see what's going on and let's see if anything needs to change, needs to be, reviewed, whatever. But there's just no information. So it's kind of like,
right.
All right, I trust that Dan and Sue are doing what's best for the brewery. But, hey,
yeah,
we shall see.
Firehouse Grill is brewing their own beer again.
Yes.
After a hiatus. Mm-hmm. New head brewer Kurt Higglefort, formerly of Swine City.
Yeah.
Also playing Christmas music still in the restaurant.
Oh, really? Do they have a touch tunes? Is someone is a
I don't know
is
if they
a
have a touch
customer
tune.
doing
I bet
that,
I'm close
or is
enough
that
to find.
Okay? Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're
please.
right. You're right. We are close enough. So either someone, a customer, was just having some fun with things, or someone from their staff doesn't know how to change the playlist. So Marco is looking up to see if he's close enough to a touch tunes spot, which would be Fireside. Or Fireside. Good Lord. Words.
No, let's see. Looks like...
Can you tell what the closest one is? The closest touch tunes is?
Oh, yeah. Buffalo Wild Wings, Blue Ash.
Oh, yeah. Basically right next door. So.
Yeah.
So that means an employee wanted to hear Christmas music today.
I guess.
The what?
What do you want to play
21st of
at
February.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Ooh. What about... What's new, Pussycat? And then we'll get back to talking about some other brewery news. But this is important stuff we're doing right now, guys.
Yeah. All right, hold on. 2 credits. Okay, there we go.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
All right.
Marco,
yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Let's see what else is going on. There are some new and upcoming breweries that is going to be pretty exciting. There are 3 that we're going to mention. Wandering Monsters, which again is not going to be on the west side, and the plan is to open somewhere late spring, early summer of this year, 2023. Fabled Brew Works, which kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one knew anything about it. That one's going to be in Erlanger, Kentucky, which is closer to the west side, but still not quite the west side. Again, they're planning for late spring, early summer 2023 open date.
And they put a tree trunk in the
It looks so
space.
cool. I thought that looked awesome.
Okay.
And each their own. That's fine. I mean, I don't want a tree trunk in my house, but for the aesthetic that they're going for, I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then the Northwood Cider Company is open. They are in Norwood, and as the name indicates, they are a cidery. Is that
Yeah.
proper?
A cidery. Sure.
So it's craft beverages. It is all cider all day, and apparently they make some really cool stuff. So I'm actually looking forward to checking that out sometime, hopefully soon.
Then Cincy Brewing Company
Ooh, yeah.
bought out and rebranded to Cerveceria.
Ortega.
My mother would be so disappointed in me. It's about my life, not about me.
Not about this
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
Gotcha. This is one that, if you don't watch the Weekly Pint, which is not a show that the Gnarly Gnome does every Monday, sometime between 9:30, and 10-ish, that's where I first heard about this. Prior to this, all I knew was Cincy Brewing Company was posting updates saying, hey, we're closed for the weekend for renovations. And then the next week, they're still closed for renovations. And then, we're going to be closed all month for renovations. And then all of a sudden, I don't even know where the information came from because their Facebook page still doesn't say this. Their old website, the Cincy Brewing Company website, is still there. Google just says temporarily closed. So huge credit to the Gnome for breaking this story. Or I don't say breaking the story. I mean, if he found it, it's out there somewhere. I just didn't know where. It seems like it's going to be a Mexican lager-focused brewery. They're going to offer at least 10 to 12 Mexican lagers, one with lime, one with lemon. They could throw them on, stadium fields if, so desired. One is going to be an orange slice. One is going to be a pineapple slice. Another one of their Mexican lagers is going to have a guava slice.
Yeah.
So they are really going to be mixing it up there.
Mole stouts, that kind of thing.
Hey, there we go. Apparently they were bought by what seems to be a non-local group or company. I tried to do a little bit of research on this just based on what information I could find on the Cervecería Ortega website. There were 2 phone numbers, one at the top, one at the bottom. The one on the top of the page has a Honolulu area code.
Nice.
But the rest of the phone number is 234-4567, so probably not a real number in any way, shape, or form. The phone number at the bottom isn't actually a phone number.
Call it.
There are way too many numbers.
Call the top one.
No, I'm good. There are way too many numbers. Well, especially when I Googled that number, it was going to collections places in California and
nice.
a swap meet in Hawaii, and this number was tied all over the place. I'm not calling it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. You never know.
The second, I don't even want to call it a phone number, but the second number at the bottom of the page, which was 13 or 14 digits long, so not an actual phone number. I just looked at the first 3 numbers, which would be, the air quotes for those not on the live stream, would be an area code. Cleveland, so of course I'm is it another saucy brewery? It's not. I don't know. I'm just rolling with it. The domain name, it was registered January 6th of this year, so a very new domain registration, but all the information on who bought the domain is hidden, so can't look up company that owns it, or at least I haven't been able to track that down yet. I was doing all this while I was at work, so I didn't have a ton of time to put on or I shouldn't have been looking up any of this while I was at work, but I did, because, why not? I don't know. All I'm going to say is they better have some fucking bomb-ass tacos and guac, and they're maybe...
Cincy Brewing didn't have food, right?
No, but if they're doing all Mexican beers, you better give me some food to have with those Mexican beers.
I agree.
You know what I mean? But yeah, there's absolutely nothing. Actually, there is. So on the cervezaortega.com website that lists their address, the proper address for Cincy Brewing Company.
Didn't have some guy dancing or some shit on it?
He's on a surfboard holding a beer with a terrible logo Photoshop.
Is that what it is?
But it doesn't even make sense. But on the menu, and it's obviously just a mock-up of a website where you change all the information once you post it, and they just haven't done that yet. There are sections for menu, which is why I am making my own truth and saying that they're going to have food. But then there were also spaces for available hotel rooms, which I don't think that space has any hotel room space to be made or had. And
weddings?
You should, right, event.
Conferences?
Yeah.
Where are you going to have weddings and conferences
like I said,
in that place?
It looks like a template website that they only changed 2 things on. I don't know. The whole thing's just weird, and
Mexican lager 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's what I said. The lime, the lemon, the pineapple, the guava, and the orange. There you go. Those are your 5 Mexican lagers. Your choice of fruit. It's like the fruit salad. None of it makes sense. All the last post said that they would be closed the entire month of February, so maybe they're going to be opening as their new rebranded location in March. No one knows. But apparently Cincy Brewing Company is not going to exist anymore, and it's going to be a Mexican lagery.
Mexican lagery.
Yeah, the best Mexican lagery in all Cincinnati.
Strange.
Isn't it, though? It's the most bizarre.
Stock pictures of a wedding.
Yeah.
Stock picture of a conference. It's there's none of this in there.
No. There's absolutely none of that.
Book now?
They don't.
What am I booking?
You don't want to know. The cartel, probably. They don't have, the Facebook site. They don't have a
I click
survey.
book now.
Oh, Jesus.
And it just goes to a Google page.
Look at that freaky ass playground that showed you a picture of when it said book now.
Yeah.
Dude, that is some cartel shit right there.
Bleep.
That's amazing.
It just goes nowhere.
That's the most amazingly inept website I've ever seen. There does not appear to be a Cervecería Ortega Facebook page or any social media platform. Everything still redirects to Cincy Brewing Company, which still just says we're closed for remodeling for the rest of the month. I got nothing. Gnome really didn't have a ton. He might have more that he's just isn't, able or willing to share yet, which is fine.
Ooh, let's say that.
Yes.
He knows everything,
so the
and he's
gnome
not saying
has all of the information on
all
this.
of it.
He knows the who, what, when, where, why, how.
All of it.
And he is under.
And
I'll say contract. But
what
it's more
bank
like
in Switzerland money is going to?
someone is paying the gnome to not tell us about what is happening.
Well, they
in
better
that
be paying him
space.
because I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
sure.
his
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they're paying him and not like typical. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So that is, man. There's a lot of shit happening in Cincinnati related to breweries.
That's crazy.
Both in events, in news, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, we just wanted to throw out some of the things that are happening that maybe, again, you don't have time to catch on social media. All right, Marco, was there anything else that you wanted to bring up as far as Cincy Brewery news, or do you want to actually wrap this up in a reasonable amount of time?
Well, that's about it, Julia. I mean, I think we've.
Overstayed our welcome.
Well, no, I
Nah.
think we said just about. I mean, what we know.
Right,
I mean,
right.
We can give thoughts and opinions after we know more.
Right.
But-
And other places, specifically the gnarlygnome.com, has so much more and better information about...
Because he knows it all.
Right. He does. He knows everything about everything, and there will be posts about it. And sometimes there are posts on his site that you just have to stumble upon, that he doesn't post publicly. So keep an eye out. Do some searching. And next time we have... a little sheet of brewery news, we will let you know so that you have an idea of what's happening in and around the Cincinnati area. But other than that, we're going to let you guys go. We'll see you next time.